So in this video, I'm going to be talking about how you can find summary statistics for a frequency table. So the first thing we would want to do is get this information into a table, or the table into a set of lists. So if I hit stat edit, see I have some information there, so I'm going to clear that out. Hit enter. I'm going to type in 1, 2, 3, 4, then 5. Then I'm going to type in 10, 3, 1, 8, and 5. All right, so I have my frequency table in, so I want to find the mean, the mode. The mode's actually easy in this case because the definition of mode is the most frequent value. So the number that occurs most frequently is the number 1. So we're good there. All right, so we'll just, all right, so what we're going to do is quit out of here. We're going to hit stat, calc, option 1 still. All right, so stat edit to get us started, get the data in. And then stat, calc, 1. And you see here we have the option for a frequency list. All right, our list of data is the set of x values. Our frequency list is where we inputted the frequency. So that's list 2, so second 2. Go to calculate and then hit enter. All right, the mean again is x bar. That's about 2.815. All right, so that one is exact. This one is about. All right, for the quartile values, you hit the down arrow. The minimum is 1. The lower quartile is, again, Q1, which is going to be equal to 1. The median, 3. Upper quartile, which is Q3, is 4, and the maximum is 5. All right, the range is the difference between the max and the min. All right, so that's 5 minus 1, which is 4. The mid-range is the average of the maximum and the minimum. So 5 plus 1 over 2, which is going to be equal to 3. Inner quartile range is Q3 minus Q1. And so that is 4 minus 1, which is equal to 3. We're asked to construct a box plot. So we would hit second y equals, go to the first plot, go on down to the one that looks like a box plot, but now I want to have it x list L1 frequency L2, so second 2. All right, zoom 9, so we have an appropriate viewing window. Now just be careful, see how that alpha lock is on? If I hit zoom, it's going to bring me into one of the shortcut keys. I'll just show you real quick. It does that. All right. So what you would want to do is just hit the alpha key. If you ever get in there and you go down and you turn that onto L2, you'll see the alpha lock on. Just hit alpha to get out of that alpha lock. All right. Then hit zoom 9. And you'll see you have a box plot, but it seems to be missing part of it. You have part of the tail. That's because the minimum and the lower quartile are the same values, so it's just overlapping. So we had trace, minimum, Q1, median, Q3, and max. Those are the values that we would need to get on paper. All right, so for constructing the box plot, we would just do a quick number line. This one's going to be much easier because it only goes from 1 to 5. So 2, 3, 4. And then I'll put 5 here, trim it a little bit. really doesn't matter in terms of whether you go a little too far with your scale. So my minimum was 1, my lower quartile was 1, my median was 3, my upper quartile was 4, and the maximum was 5. So box around the middle 3, understanding that the minimum and the lower quartile are overlapping with one another, and extending out to the maximum, or to the extremes, but again, since the overlap exists, we only have to extend the one way. All right. So then we would just indicate what these values are. So 1, 3, 4, and 5. All right, just to show what you're aiming for. And then in order to find outliers, if they exist, we create a modified box plot. So into the same editor, but this time select the modified box plot. Leave the same parameters, L1, L2. The mark is just indicating how you want any outliers to be represented. Zoom 9. Same exact diagram. No loose points plotted. That tells us that there are no outliers, so none.